just the individual performances from GGG just was incredible. As we are going into the pick ban, GGG already taking something that was played off the board. Don't want to see Viego.
So I'm going to touch on a little bit on what you were bringing up, and I just like to say if this is what you're actually saying. So a little more lane centric on the bottom, something that can do a little damage. Maybe like would possibly like a Jhin on the bot lane do that with like a more of an aggressive support, and then maybe pick a little bit of an earlier game comp for P247. You think that is the remedy for them to make sure to not fall behind here in the mid game, that make sure that they're within striking distance? Is that kind of what you're seeing for the P247
You
side?
and I were calling this Xin Zhao in the jungle, right? And I'm saying that if we're not going to be able to, like, these guys are highly skilled players. They're good. I've played against them mechanically. They're good, but if they're not able to play high mechanical champion, like a highly skilled mechanical champions in a grand finals, like nerves or whatever it is, let's bring it back to something that's like mechanically simpler to play. Right? Get your bearings. Get the second game in so we can go to the third game. They just need to like play something that's easy to play. Like Garen's not a hard champion to play. So when Stripes was saying that Garen took off, I agree with that. Like Garen it's a simple champion to understand and did a lot of work. And if they can't beat Garen, maybe they should adopt that mentality. Maybe they should go with something simpler, something that's early game. Just try to blast them.
How about
Well,
something a
like
bit more aggressive in that Leona pick?
Exactly. They listened exactly what you were calling.
You gotta give me show that link there, Rav, to me.
I have it as a view screen if that's something you want to look at. And what I'm really liking from the GGG side is picking the Nautilus. The unsung hero, Yesman, had a really strong Nautilus game, and he made Lucian look really good. So it was really the both of them on bot lane that gave GGG the ability to go into this mid game with a lead. So they're playing the same Nautilus Lucian, and then they're picking an even earlier game jungler in Olaf, who just got a micro buff to his health.
I apologize for the noise I made, but we have a Diana, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. And I think I know exactly where this is going. With new junglers banned out, this has to be going to Varus in the jungle. But Vincent can also play Diana. So this is technically a flex pick, but I would expect to see Diana in the jungle. Now, Diana growing in popularity across the world as a jungler in pro play. And she is really, really strong, and they're keeping that Diana flex till the very end as they pick Shen up in the top lane, and I'm seeing dive, and more dive on this team composition.
Is there anything that can wombo?
There is.
I'd like something to counter the dive here from GGG. So, like you said, P247 playing a very obvious comp. And wow, they're just going to meet P247 head on with the Darius, once again continuing with the early game trend. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they just won game one running a similar comp, why don't they do the same thing? And they're doing it. They're not fixing what just worked for them a few minutes ago.
And that's a Morgana mid, but also the hover, if it will stick, we'll have to see. I don't want to talk about hovers, but that is one of Vincent's premier champions as opposed to the Akali. He's really good on the Katarina as well. And it is going to be a Katarina. Oh my god. So it is going to be Diana jungle. And
Wombo.
And it is Wombo, 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 Wombo. You have people who just want to dive in and Vayne. So I'm really excited to see this. And not to mention, Katarina, very mobile, can dodge so much of what Morgana wants to literally throw at her with the dark binding, with dodge the pools, and can easily, and has no real CC. So the Black Shield only is just effective health against Katarina.
I really like the changes that P247 did. They picked a different style of comp. They picked a more aggressive, a little bit earlier game comp, and a really like a comp that they get ahead with Diana and Kat on their side. If they're getting kills with either one of those champions, look for them to be able to close this one out early. I really like them on their team champions.
Let's give GGG some credit. Olaf unaffected by CC. P247 has a lot of CC. Right? You have your Morgana has the ability to stop CC.
Yep.
Indeed.
One of the only champions that can do that. So realistically, like maybe Morgana's not really that good versus Katarina, but they have a lot of tools to get around the mass amount of CC. And if Darius gets going when fucking P247 tries to wombo, Darius might go on a dunking spree, looking like goddamn LeBron James or Kevin Durant, like
Indeed.
going wild.
Speaking of CC, Olaf with the Ragnarok ignores all of it at the cost of bonus armor and MR. But there are some things to keep in mind. There's still a huge amount of damage that Diana can pump out. Even if Diana falls a little bit behind, a good 4 or 5 man ultimate that lands on multiple squishies, it's still deadly. It's Orion. So I would rather have, when it comes to just sheer damage, I would rather have a 500 damage base ultimate that scales with an extra 100 damage for each extra champion hits, as opposed to a 700 ultimate as a 700 damage ultimate, because that's basically the argument between Diana ult and Oriana ult. Both AoE circular, great engage tools and great for dealing massive damage in team fights, but Diana's does more damage at the risk of her own life, which you can mitigate that with Zanya's as the shield on her W that can, once you get later on into the game, can be extremely massive as well. So, and not to mention, you have Vayne, you have Katarina. That's just so much damage, and not only that, Shen, Diana, and Katarina all do good amount of magic damage, so they can all just easily pop that black shield. So I don't know how effective the black shield is going to be. We're mostly going to be looking at Yes Man on this Nautilus for the disengage.
Well, I have a little insight into one of these matchups. I have played the Morgana versus Katarina quite a bit, and one of the little tips that I like to do for Morgana, a couple of them, is for one is to be really aggressive level 1. Kat really can't trade with her boomerang, and so you can be really aggressive and you can get the push.
You're going
Also,
pool first, right? Pool first, aggressive.
yes,
Okay.
pool first to be able to get the push, but then you lose mana if you do that. If you can get the push with going bind, that'll give you more of a damage threat. But then also next key step is at level 6 with Morgana. You want to go ahead and start the engagement with your ultimate. You want to walk directly to Katarina, shield yourself if you need to, and get right beside her, press the alt button. She's going to try to get away, just follow her, and then follow up with the pool and the dark binding after. And if you've got it, the ignite, that should be enough to take her out. So that's very, very key in this matchup.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually think that GGG has. I won't say it's a better comp because I don't think it's a better comp, but I have more faith in this comp winning this game than the other comp that they won with. So I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. I'm buckling up. Let me get my seatbelt on.
I tell you, if they want to cruise with a cruise control convertible, this GGG team, if you're the Cap Suns on Olaf, really look for him to focus top and bot lane. These are both lanes that can really snowball and that have ways to be able to finish off the kill. Darius with his ultimate, if you can land the axe with Olaf, you generally can finish the playoff. Or in bot lane, Nautilus has been shown his drudge lines and him starting the fight with his ult Yes Man has been able to make plays in this bottom lane. So Olaf's might have a little bit of a hard time ganking mid lane if Vincent is playing a little bit on the safe side and if he's doing good wards, which I expect him to do if he's pushing up. But really important for Olaf, top and bottom. Let's see what he picks.
I'm liking this chick though. She's been pretty decent against Vincent. Like Vincent's having a lot of problems.
Enter
Yeah,
has been
Rav.
very
Yeah,
impressive.
and entercolitis. Yeah, she had a tough semifinals in the first 2 games, but
Mm.
here in game 1, you could easily say she was the best player for GGG. And here again, we're gonna see how she does in this
Oh, this
Morgana.
game was
I remember looking up her OP.GG, and it's her like third or fourth most played mid laner. So she's got the games on it. And as a Morgana mid player myself, you do have certain advantages. Wave clear being one of them, and that long range bind. If you can land it for your team, oh, it's so much easier to land an axe or a drudge line once you've had that long range bind. That
Would
seems to
you
last forever.
would you say that she's trying to do the Usman where she wants people to put some respect on her name? Like the way she's playing.
Damn, yeah. Oh, well, this would be showing it. And just like Usman's been doing, and just tearing through the
So
welterweight
good.
division.
So
I
good.
so want to see the Kobe Covington
I want him
rematch.
to win though. Like it would be so funny to see him win. But he
Oh,
won't. But I want him to.
win and then see the third fight. But let's get back to League of Legends. Not everyone's into UFC. I know that's
What?
a thing that you and I like, Waff. But here we've got 2 teams that each have differing ways to win, and both have ways that they can snowball on different parts of the map.
That Katarina skin is made by the patriarchy for sure. That's revealing. It's hurting my eyes.
So
That midriff is very sexy.
It needs to like have some respect.
so I am slightly disappointed we didn't get to see Battle Queens, both Diana and Katarina. That's personally one of my most favorite skin lines. Like,
can you cosplay it? You have that.
If I had money, if I had money, if I had money, I probably would, to be honest. But
no problem.
But
just
I don't normally spend money on skins, but I kind of had to for Battle Queens. I kind of had to because with not only with the pass, you'd get Diana with the pass. So it's like, yeah, I kind of had to. I love the skins and Diana's my main. So speaking of Diana, some key things I want to point out when it comes to summoner runes, like we did in the last game. Ghost on Darius, normal. Capson going for the more aggressive Ghost on Olaf as opposed to Flash. And Ferris actually went Domination second as opposed to something like Sorcery or Inspiration. So more than likely,
Ultimate Hunter. What do you think?
I'm thinking more. Probably thinking
Ravenous.
Sudden Impact and Ravenous Hunter because
okay.
Diana's cooldown is already gets super short when you get even when you get like 2-3 items. It gets below 50 seconds even at tier 2. So her ultimate's already on a short enough cooldown that you don't really need Ultimate Hunter. That's better suited for people like Shen, for example, or Karthus, or other people with long, impactful ultimates that remain long for pretty much the entire game because you want those ultimates on off-C cooldown as much as possible. And of course, enter going with Arcane Comet, more poke in lane. This Katarina's down a bit.
Started W off, so you called it. Started W.
Yeah, I want to see Boat Chicken stack those the auto cancels better. Like, let's see it.
Well, he was stacking that farm really well last game. What was it, like 100 CS in like 12 minutes, 13 minutes, something like that?
Very impressive.
Pretty good down there.
High elo numbers. The goal when it comes to hitting CS numbers of like Diamond Pluses is like 8 CS a minute, and if you can hit that consistently, that's one thing done. As we haven't engaged on the bot lane, level 2 versus level 1.
Tell you who's been consistent. Yes, man. I keep talking him up. Our fellow caster brother, we casted him in the semifinals, looked amazing 2 of the 3 games, and now once again looking real strong in this second game after an excellent game 1 here in the finals. He is stepping up. Congratulations, sir.
Big
Let's see if we can
players,
finish it up.
big players make big plays and big games, bro. And it seems like Yes
Indeed.
Man is that man.
He's looking Michael Jordan-esque.
Oh,
Look at that dredge line here at bottom. He's going. Well, who's got it? It's Scottie Pippen. He's on the opposing side. He's going after Boat Chicken. He
Oh,
says,
he's gone to North
"Let me
Korea,
get
bro.
my money."
gone to
Ferris
North
with the
Korea.
double bust.
Oh,
He will
no.
manage to get away, but that's support flash for support flash. But Paint also used the heal as well. So ultimately,
I screwed up.
that's a summoner spell advantage down in the bot lane for GGG. And that gank did allow Olaf to get a little bit of farm. He's going to get the top. He is going to full clear his jungle and get top scuttle. Oh, Diana still has 2 camps left.
Okay, question. Rav, I just want to make sure. I want to get this. I think I screwed it up. It was Dennis Rodman who went to North Korea, not Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
Yes, it was. I screwed it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Race
I
car
was throwing
bad
out the Michael
zooming
Jordan
too.
contest. But then
Members
here we
of the
have a
race car
fight.
bads zooming too
Yeah.
fast for their own good when it comes to references.
We're trying to up each other, and eventually we just hit the wall. But then it's okay. We just pick up our shoes and we dust them off and get back going. As Darius is still got to push on this top lane. Trash plays is looking to CS under turret when he can.
Fortunately, you guys aren't real racing. It's just a video game. So you just hit that reset button. You're back on the track. There you go.
No harm, no foul.
Let me get my onesie on here. Fucking blast off.
Oh, and we have a Tricholitis landing that bind onto
That's
Vincent.
slow in the pool. Was that on cooldown?
It had to be on cooldown. Either that or some sort of brain aneurysm, but I think it's just cooldown.
Yeah.
I don't think she's having a brain aneurysm, so I think it was probably
Well,
cooldown.
hold on. It's possible. Just
It's unlikely, but possible.
Oh,
a
Jesus.
Smiker.
oh,
Oh, that's
Smiker.
both
Oh,
summoners.
Jesus. He's ghosting. He
Picks
ghosted.
up the life steal there, and it's gonna be enough.
He put the Nikes on, bro. He's out. He's out at 3,000.
These ganks.
Use both summoners.
Oh, there's a big problem though. These ganks to cover his laners is costing Ferris a little bit in the XP department. Only sitting at level 4 right now, as opposed to Capstone's level 5. Yes, Ferris is probably gonna hit 5 on the next camp, but at the same time, as Diana, you really want to hit that ultimate. You really want to hit 6. That's when you really come online as a champion. And it's level 3 is a good power spike when you're playing Diana mid, because it allows you to quickly get some good trades on your opponent. But you want to hit 6 when you're a jungler, so you can have that extra lockdown with your ultimate and give you much better for kill threat when you're ganking, because it pulls everyone in, slows them, and if you've landed your Q before dashing onto a target, you can dash onto them even when they flash. Get engaged on the
Looking
bot
to the
lane.
bot lane. Lofton is going to be going in. He just having help from Diana.
Oh,
Olaf
no!
the dragon, but it looks like the stun is going to be enough.
Oh,
Diana's going to pick up the first blood as they're going deep onto Yesman, who's going to go ahead and drudge line back, but that's not a pill that he wants to swallow. 4 on bot, and the dragon over for GGG. So a little bit even on that trade. Each person got a piece.
Agent Smith got him, bro.
Geometry, not the friend of Boat Chicken this game. Flashed away, but the angle still shunted him into the wall, and it was just too much damage as Boat Chicken just falls. First blood over. But due to CS leads across the map, the gold is very, very even. So, it's still
And
anybody's game here. Just gotta wait and see what these teams want to do with their leads.
Now you can weigh in if you disagree, but it doesn't look like P247. I mean, like it looks like they still do scale a fair bit more than GGG does. Like if you're looking really deep into the game, And I'm looking really primarily in the AD carry position and in the jungle position. I think there's sizable differences, both of them, going in late.
Indeed, Diana scales really, really well into the late game. Not just as a team fighter, or a pick, or a duelist, or pick champion, but she also is really good at sieging as well. As we got action in the top lane.
Diana liking this type of action 2-on-1, and Ferris is going to pick up the second kill. And I was saying, watch out if Diana or Cat get some of these early kills. Well, one of them has, and it's Ferris on Diana. Really, really strong early game here for this jungler. Once he starts going, once he gets that first item built, and oh, it looks like Capson's going to get aggressive, going ahead and turning on the Ghost, and now the Ragnarok is going to get as much damage as possible onto Cat, but doesn't want to go too deep as he sees Diana there. Diana, with those second level boots, could be enough to take down this Olaf. Oh, with the long range dark binding, and Enterocolitis is going to start the ult as well. Ferris is going to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. The pool is down, and the bind just misses from Morgana as Diana is just barely able to get away. Olaf able to get a kill back for his team, and they're going to get a push on mid lane.
That was a great turnaround on a much needed kill over to the Olaf to still keep him sort of relevant in this jungle battle. Because you mind boat chicken are cut out, but questionable. But that's Nautilus Hook in a nutshell. But at the same time, boat chicken is taken down, but Ferris will fall to the Nautilus. But yes, man, he's not long for this world.
No,
is
he is
he?
an Enterocolitis.
Is he?
Can't be staying too much longer.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He almost got out. If Paint didn't have the heal, he would have gotten out. That's pretty much it.
But a lot of kills now over to Paint. Now he's starting to get going. 2-0-1, sitting on a fair bit of gold. 1,500 right now. Is going to continue to push this bot wave out. Is the only person on the map to have a bounty. So now Paint has got his lead, and look for him to really take control of this bot lane.
Chicken's on that tugboat this game, bro. He's just not no good.
Well, those small tugboats tend to move some very, very large ships. They just don't. They do it very slowly. Maybe it's not the most sexy and attractive like a Saudi oil prince's speedboat, you know, with a bunch of topless models. No. That tugboat, it could just get it done. That's all.
Hey, as long as it's not a freighter and crashing into a canal, you know, like holding everything up, like that's no good either.
You got to aim it in the right direction, right? You know,
yeah,
slow and
upstream.
steady.
Up or downstream.
But here, Lofton's just barely missing that Zenith Blade. Ooh, I hope he doesn't come to regret that one, as Boat Chicken is going to land a W onto Ferris, who's got 2-1-2, 4 out of 4 kill participation for this jungler. Ferris, the early MVP so far of this P247 squad. He's come back really big in game 2 as Electrocolitis misses Vincent with that Dark Binding. She's so hard to hit. That's why it's great to start with the ult.
Indeed.
That's a strange name.
But it's really, really hard. It's really, really hard, especially if Katarina is in like a massive minion wave to keep her in the ult, because she doesn't have a dash. She has a blink. Those are two completely different things. But second dragon is gonna go over to GGG. Now with a lot more hard scaling options, it's very clear that you're gonna want to stack up these dragons, and GGG obviously think the same thing, already getting 2 of them.
Smiker is going deep into 3. He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here as he's flashing out. Ooh, once again, he gets out of dodge.
Enterocolitis.
Oh, look at that double binding. She lands it, and Golaf is going to come in. He's going to do all kinds of damage. GGG has a good chance to get ahead here as the kill goes back onto Cat. Well, Morgana is down, and the flash is out from Trash Plays. He's got hit by the apps, and I really love how Capsun is piloting this Olaf. Got the full health. They've got a great chance. If you can get this kill onto Smiker, he's going to be on his road to possibly a win here in game 2. I can't believe it. GGG have a solid lead now against defending champions P247. Boys, Can you believe what we're seeing?
I want to ask this chick if she's
Oh.
from Texas because those are some big ass plays.
Rav,
Big ass.
We do
Big ass.
everything bigger in Texas.
Rav, is this the same enter we saw last week? The one that was struggling in the mid lane, hitting everything on Morgana? Not only saving Smiker with a key dark binding onto Diana, denying follow-up, but also getting 3 men in the dark, 3 men in the soul shackles, flashing over to keep 2 of them in it, including Ferris on this Diana, allowing 3 kills to come in for the rest of her team. Oh my god!
That three person Morgana bind where it started as 3 ended up hitting 2, but she walked into 3 people. I don't know if I would have had the lady balls that she has to walk into 3 people here as still a fairly squishy mid laner, but she did, and she paid off for her team, knocking up 2 of them and still being able to get out, as well as securing a kill for Darius. So they're looking really good, and like you said, Stripes, with the early game cop being able to secure those dragons, and we're going to see it engage onto Paint. It's so close of going down. We have the ignite that is going off, and it looks like Paint's able to get out. Yes Man is not, unfortunately, and Vincent is going to pick up his key 2nd kill. Just finished Nasher's Tooth, and he'd love to really get going on some 2nd level boots and a 2nd item. Vincent wants to get in this game and wants to put his mark, his stamp, his foot down into this cement of this 2nd game here in the Grand Tournament, Game 2, LAS.
I don't care what her pronouns are. She's got huge lady balls. Like, I don't even give a shit.
Gigantic.
Yeah, gigantic. I've never seen anything like it. Zimzer, I don't give a shit. She's going wild.
What? That is one hell of a... She is... If GGG ends up winning, she's my vote for player of this Finals MVP. She
Whoa,
just is.
Look at Capsons here. Look at what he's doing. He's running Olaf all over this P247. I think that there's still a chance that it could go to someone else, but she was definitely the MVP of Game 1. With still a lot more left of Game 2, and we could even see a game-breaking Game 3 if P247 can come back and tie this game. They are even in gold, let's not forget, and they do have the late-game Vayne, who's starting towards the 2nd item, far from over, as we're seeing Capsun get engaged on. The Ragnarok is going to stop the CC, but he still can take a lot of damage. Cap's going to go ahead with the ult. It's going to kill the Morgana, as Olaf is just way too big, way too strong, and he's 5-0 right now, as Nautilus once again with the easy RCC, and now the hard drudge line. Yes Man is going to follow up with Bo Chicken. He's having a game, guys. Once again, and GGG all over the map are doing it.
Oh my god, GGG are just firing on all cylinders. They came with a grudge, and they are showing it as we are getting a solo kill in the top lane too. Oh, it just got from bad to worse to horrific for P247.
Somebody's getting beat tonight. Somebody's getting belt. It's not gonna be good.
That revenge is a dish best served cold?
Well, you know what? Oh, what are we doing? Okay.
Seeing Lofton being able to go in. Bo Chicken took a lot of damage. Ferris is going ahead and re-engage, and that looked like it would be a good idea, as Bo Chicken is a single shot from going down. Is going to trade the blue buff over to Diana. She says, yes, thank you very much. I could actually use that. And yes, man, he's going to get out again.
How?
Vincent considering it.
Slight miscommunication just allowed Yes Man to walk away.
Oh my god, that was a steal! Enter girl line.
Yeah.
The tormented soil, that's not supposed to happen. And P247 made a massive mistake not bringing it out, not using the smite. Oh,
they
crap.
used the smite.
No,
here's the thing, they used the smite, but it's a tier 1 smite, and they used it with the dragon at 485 health, 35 left, Leandri's
Oh, no.
Tormented Soil just took that away in one instant, and Enter's just like, thank you very much. I'll take that.
Let me go get my
Soul
taco.
point for GGG. Oh my god, what am I watching?
Oh, and
It's so fortunate and such a heads-up play from Enter Colitis. And wow, there you go. She's starting with the ult. She lands the bind. Goes ahead and picks up the solo kill now. That's the first kill now directly against Vincent, who already had 3 kills. It was working towards his second item, and Morgana's able to take it out. Remember, Cat picked into Morgana, and if Vincent's not able to clutch this win, you could think, who else could you have played? You knew who you were going up against. You had the final pick. You chose Cat.
oh my god, what in the fuck is going on here, boys? Like, get your sombreros. It's a fiesta. Like GGG's
Oh
coming out.
my
I think
God.
we got somebody new, bro. I think we got a new champion. I think some bad stuff's happening. Turmoil in the locker room.
I think it's a mix. I think GGG is firing on all cylinders, and it's just some slight mistakes, and P247 are just crumbling a little bit. They're not like fully collapsing, but it's small mistakes that are compounding onto each other. Vincent just not able to dodge the dark bindings. Ferris smiting just a tad early, giving over a free dragon to
Small mistake.
Enter
Yeah.
with the Tormented Soil of all abilities. That's almost as bad as a Lucian W stealing a dragon.
Oh no, Lucian W is way harder.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It doesn't even scale with AD. It scales with AP.
Yeah. No, I've stolen more with the W of Morgana than
I've secured it. I secured a dragon with a Zoe bubble because the enemies
But
hit.
Monolith
Oh.
hitting the drudge line once again, and the CC is just so easy to stack once you hit that first one. Yes, man, again setting it up for his team.
Why was Ferris going in by himself?
Slight miscommunication from P247. It's those mistakes, like I mentioned. They're starting to compound on top of each other, and it's just costing them in the end. They still have yet to take a turret off of GGG. And
Miker on the top. He's got some stacks going on, but the mid is going to be going in. It's Yes Man going to be starting to take some turrets, as well as Olaf, who's quite low, but it's going to be hard to go down. The drift is going to get the charge off. Yes Man's going to go down. P247's barely going to clear out this team fight, and they have an open mid lane with a inhibitor that's a mere 25% health. They can go ahead and reestablish some map control here, but any more mistakes from P247 and they can lose this game. Enter Colitis is hitting these like bullseye hits, those shots in that terrible Electra movie.
Enter is just a fucking marksman. She's hit every single dark binding.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and Ferris. Oh no. Oh, Ferris does flash out to safety, but oh.
Did Will
my
Smith
God.
play? Did Will Smith play him in Suicide Squad?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was okay. That wasn't that bad.
And he was one of the better parts of that movie. Him,
I
Jared
agree.
Leto.
Agreed.
There wasn't a lot else though. It looked nice, but there wasn't a lot of substance to it.
You talking about?
There's
Eye candy.
I want to point something out down here.
Point
in
it
the
out.
Items.
Point it out, stripes. Point it out.
Diana normally doesn't like to build Riftmaker, but look at what Ferris is building. That's a Vampiric Scepter, so that's definitely going to be a Riftmaker. In pro play, we've seen Rocket Belt. Night Harvester is a good solo queue one. Ludens, if you want just that consistent poke damage. Leandries, if you want more of the burn. Riftmaker is not really one you think all that often when you think of Diana.
But look at the situation, Stripes. Let's take a look who he's against. Darius, Olaf, Nautilus, a lot of beefy tanks, and he went ahead and picked up the Conqueror. So if you combine Conqueror with a Riftmaker and you're able to use your dashes to kind of survive in some team fights, you can be doing some massive damage if you're able to survive past the first 6-7 seconds of any team fight.
But then that's where the issue starts to come in, because with a lot of these, not so much with Night Harvester and Rocket Belt, but if you were to go something more like the Everfrost Leandries or Ludens, you'd be much more able to have these dashes because of the extra mana they would provide. But right now, look at what GGG's doing. They've started up the Baron, already down to half health. Yes Man being a little bit of a distraction.
Yes Man's taking a lot of damage
coming
right
in.
We're going to go ahead and turn this. GGG is deciding to go off the Baron. Now Lofton is in deep. We're seeing the big ult here from Ferris. He's able to land true on 2. Lofton goes down as well as Paint. And we're seeing so close that Ferris is not able to make it out. It's a 3-on-2, now 3-on-1 for GGG. It doesn't look like they're going to get any more here, but they have pushing waves in the top and the mid. They can be pressing inhibitors here, guys. And I really like how they're not going back for Baron, that they're going to continue to push with their minion waves. And not only that, but be able to finish off this kill. And they're going to be getting a lot from this. Just the bot lane is going to be coming up for P247. They're going to have a hard time.
Rage leave. Come on now. Get bodied. Like I like P247, but like you can't. Don't rage leave.
Indeed, it looks like GGG is looking to end the game right here.
They're probably yelling at him, "Get the heck back in the game!"
Looks like Smiker is close to going down. If Paint can get this,
yes,
he's gonna have a real chance. Yes, man. He goes ahead and gets a little bit of cover for Darius, but he might have put himself in harm's way. Remember, he is the support. He does have the shield. He does have the Morgana shield, but it's not going to be enough. Cat's going to go in, and it's going to be Vayne picking up that kill. The re-engage now from Olaf. He's going to be going in with the Ragnarok, and he's just so big. He's just so strong. He's just so powerful. It's going to be not only Leona, not only Diana, but we have Shen left, and now it's all up. They can decide to push down. They decide to get Baron. What does GGG decide to do?
Tacos for everyone.
Why go for Baron when you can hit the necklace?
They're going to go and try to push. They're going to go to finish stripes. You said, why not Baron? They're saying, no, we're going for the whole game. Olaf doesn't mind taking a few tower shots because he is going to get more tower attack speed. Capson should be going onto the turret right now, but he's just trying to get as much damage as possible. And it looks like GGG is going to be our grand tournament winnings, unseating P247, but they're going to have a nice fight around it.
From the preseason tournament all the way here, this season has been stapled by newcomers coming in and proving their worth, and Guardians of God's Glaze have done it, taking down P247 2-0, claiming their title as LCS Grand Tournament champions. Oh, guys, man.
Somebody.
Guys, this wasn't supposed to happen this way. Remember, they didn't win a single game off the Verge coming into Grand Tournament, okay? They lost all their games. They lost all their regular season games. They lost all of their playoff games. They come into Grand Tournament, and they end up getting in into playoffs, and then they get into the finals. Wow, upset after upset, and then going in against Masters champions, former defending Grand Tournament champions, Boosta Bonobos, now Process 247, and we have new champions here. I can't believe it. Guys, some of these games were so clean, and some of them they weren't behind either. They were front runners, especially in this second game. This was an exclamation mark on this entire season 2.